Hey, I'm Chey, and if you happen to be Mark, hey Mark, how's it going? To cut right to the chase, I'm making this video because Mark, I would like to ask you to go on a barge with me. That's right, I said barge, as in river barge, towboat. I call them barges. Let me explain why. Since I was little, my family used to go to the river a lot. I also have severe ADHD. One of my first hyperfixations as a child were these barges going up and down the river. They are cool as hell, are they not?
Cool as hell. Look at that aft. Chugga, chugga.
They have a really cool job that I feel like hardly anyone thinks about. Yet they were always kind of the highlight of my day, going to the river, because they would, go down there and they're carrying all these heavy loads of these rocks and sticks and stuff. And you sit there wondering, like, you're telling me that that little thing is pushing all that? What? What's physics? Science is so cool. And so growing up, alongside the interest that I had in trains or in dump trucks or in big rigs, I loved barges. I'm just absolutely fascinated by them. Problem is, I've never been on one. I want to change that. I want to fix that. Because frankly, I don't think that I can go through the rest of my life living happily if I don't know what it's like. I'm afraid that maybe I might be losing you. So, hey, pay attention. Pay attention. Big stick. Big stick? Big stick. Cool. All right, let's talk some more. It's a very nice big stick. I just found it in my backyard. I mean, the forest where I am. Why make this video now? Why make this video at all? All great questions. I'm asking Mark because all this is his fault to begin with. In a good way.
Well, what's funny about that is some people, I'm pretty sure out in the YouTube sphere, some people probably think that I'm so busy and unapproachable, but I joke about this with Ethan all the time is like, man, I sure wish people would ask me to do things.
Really?
But everyone was always like, Mark's probably busy. I don't want to bother him. And meanwhile, I am busy a lot of the time, but most of the time I'm just like, well, I really like to do something. But it's mostly just because everyone just assumes I'm always so busy.
That's
I'll
so
try to
funny.
make time. Yeah.
That's like reach out to Markiplier.
No.
I have been watching Mark, Bob, Wade. Did I say their names right? Tell me you have ADHD without telling me you have ADHD. And Sean, since 2011, 2012, it's been like a decade at this point. Editing Chey here to tell you another indicator I have ADHD. I apparently can't do math. 2011, baby girl, was not 10 years ago. 2011, I regret to inform you, is almost 15 years ago. And 2012, it's creeping up there. I am just perpetually stuck in 2014, 2024, I guess, like that 10-year gap. I wish I could tell you I correct that mistake in this video. No, I do say like a few more times. I've been watching them for like 10 or so years, back in like 2011. I'm sorry. I'm ashamed of myself as well. But we're human. We're imperfect. And it is what it is. I was in middle school when I started watching them, and I am a full-on college graduate now. How's that make you feel? So obviously they have had a lot of influence on me growing up, especially Mark being an influence for me to start my own channel. And I think I speak for a lot of other people when I say that Unis Honest was also very influential to me, especially in adapting a more why not mentality. What I mean by why not is exactly that. You look at something in life, you're like, hey, if I have the means and availability to go try that thing, why not go do it? And honestly, my life has improved tenfold ever since adopting that mentality. It's part of the reason that I got my Unis Honest inspired tattoo. It's part of the reason why I went to go be a studio engineer. It's part of the reason that I've kept up with this channel. It's just made my life better. But in a lot of the things that I think of the cloud of my life hanging over of things I've always wanted to do, things I've always been curious about, there's a barge. But why ask Mark? And why ask now? I've already explained a little bit of the first question, but to add some further context, I think Mark, you, hopefully, would best appreciate it. Not that anyone else wouldn't, but I just feel in my mind that it would appeal to Mark, and so I want to offer it to Mark. I've told you that I started watching them about 10 or so years ago, but this summer, this June, will be the 10th anniversary of me meeting Markiplier for the first time at Indie PopCon for my 16th birthday. It went a little something like this. So I can't lie. I think it would be cool. I think it would be cool as like a 10-year marker to be like, hey. And I was really procrastinating on this video and really had to adopt a why not mentality because I was overthinking about things to say. So I really am just out here riffing. I don't have a script. And if there couldn't be a more positive sign, I went onto my Facebook memories today and my memory was from when I first tweeted back 10 years ago about wanting to see the guys at Indie PopCon. And I was like, that's a sign if there ever was one. It's like, get your butt out there and do it. So my butt is out here. Actually, my butt's not actually out here. I am wearing pants. I'm out here. I'm the butt, and I'm doing this. I know this video is probably going to go nowhere. I know Mark's probably never going to see it. He's a very busy person. Totally understand that. And I'm not saying that if you accept, like you accept a duel, on guard. I'm not saying like if you accept that it has to be done by the anniversary of Indie PopCon. No, you're a very busy person. You're doing a movie, my guy. You're doing a movie. Like, no, I just want to put it out there by then. So here I am putting it out there. Mark, this is my honest ask. I think it will be a fun idea. I understand if you say no, because I'm just a random person on the internet, which again, video might go nowhere. No one's going to see it. This might be the most cringe thing you've ever seen, but it's not cringe if you're actually trying and you have heart in it and you're not hurting anybody. I just think it would be a fun idea. I want to learn about barges. I'm going to do this anyway. Like, I do want to go discover barges for myself and actually get on one and learn the operations on it and sit and talk with the crew and actually see the day-to-day operations and learn more about these important daily parts of our lives that I feel like are often underrated or a lot of people don't even know about. Yet we rely on for so much of our day-to-day living, so much of our commerce, so much of our, honestly, like, culture on the river too. It's a way of life for so many people, and I think that I want to give it the respect, well, I know I want to give it the respect it deserves by educating myself more on it and sharing it with the world. So this is my invitation for you to come explore it with me if you would like. So that was my request to Mark, but I feel like you may not be convinced yet. Maybe you are, maybe you're not. I have someone else who wants to talk to the other one. So hold on, I'll go get her. Markiplier, how you doing? I know that you've been listening in, that you've heard the idea yourself, but I want to appeal to your other sense. I want to appeal to Markiplier. Markiplier, the dude when it comes to going further beyond. The guy when it comes to finding out how much further he can go, how much more he can take, how much more he can do, what he can handle. And that is awesome. That's great, dude. But because of that, there's something I want to ask you, something that I want you to consider, Markiplier. Let's think about this. Barges. They're pretty cool. Honestly, underrated, very niche subject matter, but cool, right? If you accept to go along, you will not only have a fun learning experience, you get to drive something big. Always a fun time. It's not on the ocean, so that's a plus. I am willing to bet that you've never been on a river barge in your life, and that's not derogatory, it's just an assumption, and I could be wrong. Even if you have been on one, have you ever driven one? Aren't you kind of curious to see if you can? If you decide to decline this idea, this offer that she's put forth, which is honestly understandable, fair, and valid, can you say that you would be satisfied not having those answers for yourself? What it's like to be on a barge? Can you drive a barge? Because I have a feeling that you do want to know, especially just if you can. Because here's the thing, whether you accept or deny, she is going to find out those answers for herself. And don't you kind of want to know what your answers are too? Because yes, you can go all over the World Wide Web to learn about barges. You can look up specifications, models, routes. You can even watch barge working vlogs on YouTube. And I'm sure there are plenty of blog posts around the internet too. But it's not the same as you actually being there. It's not the same as actually finding out if you can, where you fit into that picture, if you can fit into that picture. What you're being presented with is a way to find out. A new way to challenge yourself, and a way to conquer that challenge. Hell yeah. Just something to think about. Just something to ponder. I'll let her get back to it. Hi again. I was taking the stick for a walk while she was talking to you. But I'm back. Carrying the stick's a lot harder than it looks. That's what she said. Honestly, that's it. I know this idea is kind of odd. I know it's kind of out of left field, but it's just something that I honestly think would be really fun to do, something I've been really curious about my entire life and will continue to be curious until I go and find out for myself. So I will do it eventually, but Mark, I think you would enjoy it. I think that you would have fun. It seems like it's up your alley. And I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I'm not infallible, but I wanted to ask. It doesn't hurt to ask, you know? as long as you're respectful and stuff about it. I don't have a manager. I don't have sponsors. I don't have money. But what I do have is the courage to ask. So if you're down, whenever, let me know. It'd be fun. Hold on, gotta put her down for a second. Thank you everybody so much for watching. If you ain't heard from anyone else today, I love you. And what was my line? I started to repeat Markiplier's intro. The Matrix is shifting. Thank you everybody so much for watching. If you ain't heard from anyone else today, I love you. Love and peace. Bye! That didn't work.